Hello students, welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Dr. Renu Tyagi from Department of Anthropology, University of Delhi. Today we will be talking about the module Physical Activity and Aging under the paper Biosocial Gerontology. The learning objectives of this module are: number 1, to understand the meaning and concept of physical activity. Number 2 is to study the prevalence and trends of physical activity. Number 3 is to understand the meaning and concept of aging, and number 4 is to study the impact of physical activity on aging. It is no clandestine that the world aging population is increasing. The over 65 years age group is the fastest growing age group in our society due to the result of the unprecedented success in the healthcare and the growth in overall economy of the world. Even more astounding is the increase in individuals who are 85 years or elderly. In each decade since the late 1940s, the elderly population is increasing as we have now come a long way in our medical and health quest to delay the death. Better housing and sanitization, availability of the food supply, better medical facilities and enhanced nutrition have also contributed to an increase in the longevity of life and thus lead to the growing proportion of the elderly. According to the US Census Bureau, the group of people born during the baby boom, that is born post World War II, have contributed significantly to the aging population in America. As the aged population is increasing, it is important to see how they are aging. According to World Health Organization, active aging is the process of optimizing opportunities for health, participation and security in order to enhance quality of life as people age. It applies to both individual and population groups. Active aging aims to extend healthy life expectancy and quality of life for all people as they age. One of the factors which increases the quality of life is the physical and the mental health. The reason being, if an individual is physically and mentally healthy, he or she can take care of himself and herself and participate in all the life courses. It also helps the aged to maintain the autonomy and independence, which is a key goal in the policy framework for active aging. Physical and mental health to a great extent can be achieved by engaging in the daily physical activity. Physical activity is defined as any bodily movement produced by skeletal muscles that requires the energy expenditure. Physical activity comprises of the leisure time physical activity or recreational physical activity, or it can be occupational physical activity, household physical activity and transportation physical activity, for example walking or cycling. Out of all these, leisure time physical activity is the most important contributing factor for active aging. Regular moderate intensity physical activity such as walking, cycling or participating in sports has significant benefit for health. For instance, it can reduce the risk of cardiovascular diseases, diabetes, colon and breast cancer and depression. Adequate levels of the physical activity can decrease the risk of a hip or a vertebral fracture, and it can help control the weight. Physical inactivity has been identified as the fourth leading risk factor for the global mortality, causing an estimated 3.2 million deaths globally. A lack of physical activity is a significant risk factor for non-communicable diseases like stroke, diabetes and cancer. Anthropological studies done worldwide have found that lesser people are involved in physical activity due to poor infrastructure, less availability of time, long working hours, etc. The World Health Organization has concisely stated that adding years to life is an empty victory without adding life to years. So it is very important that a person is physically active so that it will lead to active aging. Physical activity in older people is seriously important in prevention and management of disease, maintenance of independence and improvement of quality of life. It is important to encourage the older adults to participate regularly in moderate activities like walking, climbing stairs, gardening, etc. for at least 30 minutes per day on most days of the week to increase accumulated daily energy expenditure and maintain a muscular strength. WHO recommends that individuals perform at least 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity per week for the maintenance of the health. But in India, more than half of the population do not meet these recommendations. Moreover, individuals appear to derive most of their physical activity from the occupational domain. This is similar to the situation in China and Vietnam, where most of the time spent in physical activity is in the work domain. As physical activity level in this occupational domain declines, individual will have to obtain much of their physical activity requirements through their leisure time pursuits. Therefore, there is need for the increasing awareness regarding physical activity, that is leisure time physical activity, especially in the developing countries, and the requirement for provision of facilities for individuals in both urban and rural areas to engage in recreational physical activity. Now let's see the concept of aging. Aging of a person to a layman's understanding is characterized by a series of changes or conditions occurring in his or her life, like graying of hair, weakening of eyesight, wrinkling of skin, stooping of the gait, curtailment of the independence in functioning, reduction in productive activities, retirement from the services, etc. However, the way gerontologists look at the phenomena of aging is different and view it from three major perspectives, which anatomical or physiological perspective, psychological perspective, and socio-cultural perspective. Aging may be classified as chronological, biological, and functional. Chronological age is based on the calendar time in years, and it is the only age that can be easily and accurately measured. Biological age is the process of change in the organism which over time lowers the probability of survival and reduces the physiological capacity for the self-regulation, repair and adaptation to environmental demands. Functional concept of age is an abstract concept that makes logical sense by considering the interacting influence of the biological processes, personality and behavioral factors, social and environmental forces. Instead of hypothesizing a single aging process, it is generally agreed that the best index of functional age is one that attempts to describe total functional status by combining results from physiological, psychological and social factors that correlate highly with the chronological age. One of the most obvious phenomena associated with the aging is the inevitable deterioration in physiological function that can result in the death. The decline in the physiological function with age is inevitable and aging process is cumulative and irreversible. However, the rate of aging varies among individuals and even among each individual. The body system may decline at different rates. So, sometimes chronological age may not be the best predictor for physiological functioning. Aging is a slow but vibrant process which involves many internal and external influences, including the genetic programming and the physical and social milieus. Some of the physiological changes that normally accompany the aging process are: number 1, the muscle size and their strength. As the individual gets older, there is a decline in the muscle size which may be due to the reduced amount of protein as well as the decline in the number and size of the muscle fiber. Number 2 is the fat, lean body weight and basal metabolic rate. There is a general trend of increase in the body fat with age due to the one's ability to release or mobilize the stored fatty acids from adipose tissues for energy fuel, which results in the less fatty acids being added up. The decrease in the lean body weight with age is due to the decrease in the muscle size along with the decline in calcium and phosphorus content of the bone. This decline can be controlled by the physical activity. Basal metabolic rate also decreases with age. Number 3 is the respiratory system. There is an impairment of the pulmonary functions with age, which is mainly because the lung tissues and chest wall lose their elasticity with the age, resulting in increased breathing efforts. Number 4 is the change in the cardiovascular system. The overall heart size becomes smaller with age. The left ventricular cavity may especially decrease in size as a result of reduced activity and in the physical demands of the increased age. There is a reduction in the size of the cardiac muscle cells along with the progressive decrease in cardiac strength. Maximum heart rate decrease with age. In addition, maximum stroke volume, cardiac output and blood flow are all decreased with the age. There is also a decline in the vital capacity with the age. The next could be the change in the nervous system. With increasing age, the reaction time and the movement time slows down. That is, there is psychomotor decrement which may be due to the degeneration of the central nervous system. The next change could be the bone density change. The bone density decreases with the increasing age, which makes the elderly more prone to injury, fractures, etc. The decrease in the bone density is due to the decrease in minerals, that is calcium and phosphorus. Physical activity has the beneficial effect on curbing the mineral loss with the age. Now let's have a look at the aging scenario. The challenges related to aging and longevity has come into limelight along with the rapid demographic transition, which has resulted in unprecedented transition in the structure of the society. Longevity of life, reduction in the risk of death, universal reduction in the fertility have resulted into increasing trend in the population growth of elderly. The world population is aging. Nearly every country in the world is experiencing growth in the number and proportion of older people in their population. According to the data from World Population Prospects, the 2015 revision given by United Nations, the number of the older person aged 60 years and above have increased substantially in recent years in most countries and the regions of the world, and that growth is projected to accelerate in the coming decades. Also, as per the world population aging, between 2015 and 2030, the number of people in the world aged 60 years or above is projected to grow by 56% from 901 million to 1.4 billion, and by 2050, the global population of the elderly is projected to be more than double of its size in 2015, reaching nearly to 2.1 billion. Worldwide, the number of people aged 80 years or above, the oldest old person is growing even faster than the number of the elderly person overall. Projections indicate that in 2050, the oldest old will number 434 million, having more than tripled in number since 2015, when there were 125 million people of the age 80 years and above. The number of older person is expected to grow fastest in Latin America and the Caribbean island over the next 15 years, with a projected 71% increase in the population of 60 years and above, followed by the Asia, Africa, Oceania, Northern America and Europe. Earlier internationally, during 2010 and 15, women outlived men by an average of 4.5 years. As a result, women accounted for 54% of the global population of elderly of 60 years and above, and 61% of those aged 80 years or above in 2015. However, in the coming years, average survival of the males is projected to improve and begin to catch up to that of the females, so that the sex balance among the oldest old person becomes more even. The proportion of the women at age 80 years or above is projected to decline to 58% in 2050. Overall, the elderly population is growing faster in the urban areas than in the rural areas. At the global level, between 2000 and 2015, the number of people aged 80 years or above and 60 years and above is bound to increase. As a result, older persons are increasingly concentrated in the urban areas. In 2015, 58% of the world people aged 60 years or above reside in the urban areas, up from 51% in 2000. The oldest old are even more likely to reside in the urban areas. The proportion of the people aged 80 years or above residing in the urban areas increased from 56% in 2000 to 63% in 2015. The aging process is most advanced in the high-income countries. Japan is the home to the world's most aged population. Japan is followed by the Germany, then Italy, Finland, and so on. The pace of the world population aging is accelerating. Projections indicate that the proportion of 60 years or above will increase globally more than 4 percentage points over the next 15 years, from 12.3% in 2015 to 16.5% in 2030. compared to 2.3 percentage point increase in the share of elderly that occurred between 2000 to 2015. By 2030, the older persons are expected to account for more than 25% of the population in Europe and in Northern America, 20% in Oceania, 17% in Asia and in Latin America and the Caribbean, and 6% in Africa. In 2050, 44% of the world population will live in relatively aged countries, with at least 20% of the population aged 60 years and above, and 1 in 4 people will live in the country where more than 30% of the people are above age 60 years. The pace of the population aging in many developing countries today is substantially faster than occurred in the developed countries in the past. India is projected to have the highest number of the elderly in the world by year 2025. In India, the elderly population comprise of 10% of the total population, that is 10 crores, and it is estimated to reach up to 15 crores by year 2020. This demographic dynamic is due to the control of the communicable diseases and better health conditions leading to increased longevity. Now let's see how physical activity is beneficial for the aged population. Healthy aging is understood as the capacity to keep on working physically, socially, psychologically and economically with the gradual process of senescence. Some of the benefit of the physical activities are: number 1, there is an increased mobility. It prevents the cardiovascular diseases, osteoporosis, diabetes and many other health issues. It improves the body balance, thereby preventing the falls. It improves our mental health. Physical activity enhances the cognitive functions and social relationship, etc. The epidemiological evidences linking physical inactivity with the numerous health problems emerged mainly in late 1970s and 1980s. Physical activity in older people is critically important in the prevention of various diseases, maintenance of independence and improvement of the quality of life. However, the prevalence of the specific higher intensity activities decrease with the older age among adults, while the prevalence of the reported inactivity shows an increase with the age. Regular physical activity starting early from the childhood through adulthood is an essential element to promote the overall health and in the community as a whole. There is also emerging evidences for significant psychological and cognitive benefits accruing from regular physical activity participation by the elderly. Ideally, the prescribed exercise for the elderly adults should include the aerobic exercise, muscle strengthening exercises and flexibility exercises. All older adults should avoid an inactive lifestyle and adopt a regular physical activity. Now let's have a look at the determinants of physical activity. They include the physiological, psychosocial and environmental factors which may vary by age, sex and the socio-economic status. The physiological factors, hereditary or the genetic predisposition is an important component of the physical fitness or functional capacity, which contributes substantially to the physical activity level in the elderly. Among adults, especially among the elderly, speed, flexibility, balance and strength may also be important determinant of the participation in a particular activity as simple as walking. Now let's have a look at the psychosocial factors. Number 1 is the personality. Characteristics such as the motivation, stress, tolerance, social adequacy and independence strongly influence the physical activity level in older adults. That is, self-motivation has consistently correlated with the physical activity level in several adult population. On the other hand, self-efficacy or confidence in one's abilities is a factor strongly associated with both the adoption and adherence to physical activity among older adults. The next is the knowledge and belief. Studies among the adult suggest that knowledge and belief about the health effect of the physical activity are positively associated with the current physical activity level. Perceived enjoyment and satisfaction are positive predictors of the physical activity among the aged. Social support is another factor. The social influences on the physical activity patterns appears to be strong throughout the lifespan. Peer reinforcement is especially important to enhance the physical activity patterns in the elderly, and also most importantly social support from the friends and spouses. Now let's see the environmental factors. safety and accessibility are two important environmental factors associated with the active participation among the elderly. Walking, running on bicycle paths and recreational areas which are set away from the traffic and are patrolled and well lighted are very important for the elderly people, especially the elderly people living in the underserved urban environment where sidewalks are often in disrepair. Fear of the crime is an important barrier to the physical activity and functional ability in older population. It was also found that membership fees or the lack of the transportation often presents the insurmountable barrier to the supervised program in the health clubs or recreational facilities among the aged. The prevalence and the trends of physical activity also need to be understood. A review of the 55 population-based survey of the physical activity from 29 Asia-Pacific countries found that varying methodologies are used in different studies. 19 survey used the IPAC, 18 survey used the GPAC and 18 other instruments. The review included the physical activity estimates of the 3 surveys from India. The WHO modified STEPS survey in 2003 and 2005, that is GPAC, the World Health Survey EPAC in 2003 and the IPAC short form survey. From those surveys, it was found that the prevalence rates of the sufficiently active were 84%, 88% and 77% respectively. However, a more recent study conducted by the ICMR in India showed that there is a considerable decline in the physical activity level. In Indian study, the level of physical inactivity was found to be 53% by NG et al. in 2009. A study done in the 6 regions of the India, which Delhi and Ballabgarh in the north, Chennai and Trivandrum in the south, Nagpur in the west and Dibrugarh in the east, showed that overall inactivity level were 12.6% in males and 18.9% in females. This study also showed marked variability in the physical activity in different regions of the country. A study conducted in the Jaipur found that 69.6% of men and 52.4% of women were physically inactive. In another recent review, it was found that the prevalence of the physical inactivity varied widely between the different regions of the world. It was reported to be 27.5% in Africa, 43.3% in America, 43.2% in Eastern Mediterranean, 34.8% in Europe, 17% in Southeast Asia and 33.7% in Western Pacific. The studies done in India showed prevalence of the inactivity to be higher in urban areas compared to the rural areas, which may be due to the factor like higher level of income, less physically demanding occupations and increased availability of the mechanized transport and household appliances among the urban dwellers. In addition, there are also studies which found that the level of the sedentary behavior were highest in the cities, followed by the smaller towns and the peri-urban villages. It is also reported that leisure time physical activity or recreational physical activity levels are extremely low in many of the countries, especially developing countries like India, China, Vietnam, etc., which could reflect limited access to and availability of facilities for recreational physical activity. The decline in the overall physical activity has tremendous public health implications for the older people. There are some global recommendations on the physical activity for the health by WHO given in 2011. These guidelines are relevant to all healthy adults aged 65 years and above unless specific medical conditions indicate to the contrary, irrespective of the gender, race, ethnicity or income level. Strong evidences demonstrate that compared to the less active men and women, older adults who are physically active have number 1, lower rate of coronary heart diseases, hypertension, stroke, diabetes, colon and breast cancer and a higher level of the cardiorespiratory and muscular fitness. Number 2, they have healthier body mass and composition and enhanced bone health. Number 3, the higher level of the functional health, a lower risk of falling and better cognitive function were reported. Now let's summarize this module. We have understood that physical inactivity has become identified as a serious public health issue and is not only an individual's personal problem. Daily physical activity leads to a healthy and the active aging, but prolonged physical inactivity in many aged individuals tend to lead to a gradual decrease from all the components of physical fitness and thereby results in the physical immobility and reduction of overall health. Anthropological research have shown that exercise can slow down both the physical and the psychological aging clock. Aging is a very important phenomena and is a definite path in every individual's human life. Old age brings about changes in the physical, functional, social and the psychological well-being of an individual. Though aging is supposedly considered to be a programmed theory, however, the probability of experiencing active aging seems to be widely determined by the level of physical activity, which are accumulated through the years of life. Regular participation in physical activity results in an increased functional status and improved physical and cognitive functions. Regular physical activity in elders have many health benefits besides the social and psychological ones. Therefore, regular physical activity becomes an effective mechanism to reduce the functional degeneration of the body related to the aging process and thereby improve the overall health of the elderly and consequently the quality of their life. Thank you.